The design you see here has been through a couple of iterations with the planning officer. This is a site where the landscape designer is required to produce a planting plan for a steeply sloping site from a road to my left across to a stream. There's the base of the stream through here, and the planning officer wants a mosaic of planting. Now there are a number of ways that you can achieve that. One way is to set up a grid and then place your species directly on the grid. Let's demonstrate by going into the model, and we'll come over here somewhere. Let's see if we can set a grid up and twist it to the angle that we want and then use it to place our species. So for that, the command you need is the grid line command. It is on a drop-down menu item. I'm going to set up 50 horizontal lines, 50 vertical lines with a 1 meter spacing, and I'll say OK. Now I think it's important, and I'll cancel from there, I think it's important to work on a particular layer. So let's set up, whoops, that's not layer, that's the cover. Let's set up an L-grid line layer and we'll make it current, which it is. Now we can use the grid line command. I can right click and select it and we'll say OK. Now let's place the grid. You can see that the grid is going to cover and encompass the whole site. And I'll put it down over here and then turn it into a block. We'll call it TT. For a pick point, we'll pick in the middle and we'll OK that. Now we can give that any sort of angle we want. So it's a block rotation angle. We could set it 35 degrees or whatever we think is a reasonable value. And let me just copy a set of symbols and pop them near our grid. We'll imagine, for the sake of argument, that our base plan from a surveyor is sitting there. Now the planner wants a mosaic, so let's just copy that one, and let me come over here and show you that object snap is on and we're going to an intersection. So if I now zoom in, we can copy from the base point of that symbol and then place it wherever we want. But first we need to explode that block. Now we should be able to copy and build up our, let's just put a number of them down. So they'll be on the grid and they'll be spaced at 1 meter intervals. Let me grab another one and copy it. Whoops, we're doing two at once. Let's choose this one, copy, and stamp, stamp, stamp. So I'm just randomly working, and I'm hoping to show you that we can build up a pattern of planting that will meet the requirements of the planning officer, but also our own requirements, that we know that this can build a mosaic pattern up quite easily. Now you can scale your individual symbols as I've done here, and we'll copy this one, and let's zoom in a bit and just imagine that there are some closer intervals. This might be near the stream bottom and these might be Carex species. And you see, although we've got a grid running here, we can still use our system. Let's pop this one in and copy it, and we'll jump this time to existing points. So I think our planning officer is going to be quite happy with that as a mosaic of planting, and when planted and left to grow, we should resemble a native rehabilitation zone, just to match existing ones in the area. These are all native species. So I hope that shows that the grid line command can be really quite useful. Well, another approach worth considering is to right click on the desktop, go to drafting settings, and remember that your environmental officer wants a grid or a distance for your planting apart of 1 metre. Set up polar tracking with a distance step like so. We'll OK that. Now when we come in here and we'll regen the drawing, we pick that one, right click and copy, mark a point in the middle, and you can see we can either go at a 45 degree or whatever other angle we want, and we can quickly put in a set of symbols that match some sort of mosaic. Another approach is to create a small subset of planting the way you like them. Won't fill it all in there, and then just select the zone of planting that you've done and copy them from, say, that point there to something like that, and to that point, and let me finish from there and unselect, and you can see there's our mosaic planting, which is quite similar to the mosaic here. You might have to tweak the original zone that you copied to work the way you want it.